quite a lovely Jackson Pollock, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
What does it say to you?
It restates the negativeness of the universe, the hideous, lonely emptiness of existence, nothingness, the predicament of man forced to live in a barren, godless eternity, like a tiny flame flickering in an immense void with nothing but waste, horror, and degradation, forming a useless, bleak straitjacket in a black, absurd cosmos.
Nihilism is an extreme form of pessimism. All sense of morality is forgotten, and any religious, social, and political beliefs are nothing as well. It's the ultimate form of negativity through the eyes of many, since a nihilist believes that life is inherently meaningless. Nihil is Latin, which quite literally translates to nothingness. Sometimes directors clearly take on a nihilistic viewpoint, where nihilism is the central topic or the final aim of the film. I will be counting down a few memorable films of nihilism. At number 5, we have American Beauty. Problems often start when someone refuses to act their age and tries to appear and act like a younger person. Fear of the passage of time is deeply connected to a fear of nothingness. One may try to handle the problem, but when the problem is fought, it's an already lost battle. The fighter will fall in the abyss of nihilism. American Beauty is a film based on fear more than nihilism, but a second element of the film is the secret motivation of the main character Lester Burnham, played by Kevin Spacey. He wants something that he knows he cannot have anymore: youth.
Things have changed since 1973.
At number 4, we have There Will Be Blood. Director P.T. Anderson is not new to creating nihilistic tinged films, but he reaches peak in this regard with this film. The story concerns a prospector who is trying to expand his wealth, but during his trials he will encounter a lot of problems, such as a crazed minister of financial manipulation and a troubled adopted son.
I'm a family business. This is my son and my partner, H.W. Plainview.
Where's the nihilism? The main character, who is played by Daniel Day-Lewis, is one of the most nihilistic on this list. He has no morals. He denies everything spiritual in his life until the end, and he is strong and disturbed enough to be a killer. P.T. Anderson has created a philosophically evil character who ranges from cynical to utilitarian in his thoughts and from evil to good in his actions. No one with any values could behave like that.
I don't need to look past seeing them to get all I need. I've built up my hatreds over the years, little by little.
At number 3, we have No Country for Old Men. Nihilism is always present in Cohen cinema. A man finds a large amount of money after a criminal shootout and tries to secrete it for himself. The problem is that someone else knows that money was there. In the meantime, the sheriff is trying to find the first man in order to prevent his death. The film presents a nihilist world of assassins and thieves who are obviously nihilist people. The situation is akin to a black hole which will absorb everything. In particular, a serial killer, Anton Chigurh, is a perfect representation of pure nihilism. Surprisingly, there is no clear conclusion for this movie, but only an inconclusive one which only shows a complete suspension of all moral imperatives.
Hell, mister. Look, I don't mind helping someone out. It's a lot of money.
Take it. Take it.
At number 2, we have Taxi Driver. Travis Bickle is an ex-Marine and Vietnam War veteran living in New York City. As he suffers from insomnia, he spends his time working as a taxi driver at night and thinking about how the world, New York in particular, has deteriorated into a cesspool.
He should clean up this city here, because this city here is like an open sewer, you know? It's full of filth and scum. And sometimes I can hardly take it.
He's a loner who has strong opinions about what is right and wrong with mankind. For him, the one bright spot in New York humanity is Betsy, a worker on the presidential nomination campaign of Senator Charles Palantine. He becomes obsessed with her. After an incident with her, he believes he has to do whatever he needs to make the world a better place in his opinion. When someone consumes Taxi Driver as a badass vision of vigilante justice, as opposed to a condemnation of same, Aren't they responding to the story the same way the reporters do in the movie? It's the ultimate irony here. We're basically living in the film's fiction aftermath, where a gun-toting sociopath can be championed as a hero. It's a masterful film, but maybe Tennessee Williams was onto something. Here are a few honorable mentions.
Need any help?
New card. What do you think?
At number 1, we have Gummo. Director Harmony Korine abruptly jettisoned any sort of narrative plot, so here we go. Solomon and Tumblr are two bored teenage boys who live in Xena, Ohio. A few years ago, a tornado swept through it, destroying more than half the town and killing the same amount, including Solomon's father. The film from there chronicles the antisocial adventures these two boys have. These include sniffing glue, killing cats, riding dirt bikes, listening to black metal, and meeting a cavalcade of quirky, bizarre, and scary people. These include a man who pimps his mentally ill wife to our anti-heroes, 3 sisters who play with their cat, a 12-year-old who is also a cat killer, Solomon's mother who seems to be the only glimpse of sanity, 2 foul-mouthed 6-year-olds, and most importantly, a nymph-like skateboarder who walks around town wearing pink rabbit ears. The nihilism in the characters of this film is mostly caused by the tornado that hit the town and their lack of morality they take advantage of by committing to their immoral activities to kill time.
Life is beautiful. Really it is. Full of beauty and illusions.